One thing that has been a consistent in this entire episode with the pandemic is the way Tennesseans step up to take care of one another, and the numerous acts of kindness and graciousness that have been shown from neighbor to neighbor and community to community is something that shows the goodness of the American spirit, and we are just blessed to be home to thousands of people who have demonstrated their desire to help make life a little bit better for their neighbors and their friends, and sometimes for people that they do not know, but people who have expressed a certain need. People like Jeremy Hopkins. Now, Jeremy is from Jackson, Tennessee. He is an engineer at the Toyota Motor Manufacturing facility that is there in Jackson. He became aware of a need for PPE down in New Orleans at a hospital. A friend of his made him aware of this need. So, being an engineer, he fired up his personal 3D computer and printer and got to work making face shields for the healthcare workers in New Orleans. He worked with Union University, and some of the students there, Union is located in Jackson, Tennessee, and he was able to ship 57 shields to providers, healthcare providers in New Orleans, and then he used his remaining materials and he made another 173 shields for clinics in West Tennessee and Mississippi. Steve Archer, a U.S. Air Force veteran, and he is a medical supply and logistics technician. Steve lives in Fountain City. He decided to head to New Jersey to see how he could help to make certain that PPE was delivered on time to hospitals and nursing homes and healthcare providers. So there he was helping with them. He contracted COVID-19. Since that time, he has recovered and he is back on the job in Tennessee. The Knox County Baptist Disaster Relief Team has also been working some long days at Sevier Heights Baptist Church. What they are doing is cooking and assembling meals for the homeless. Our famous distilleries, moonshine and whiskey, which they have been making there in Tennessee, they have changed their production to making mass quantities of hand sanitizers. And our wonderful singers and songwriters and musicians and choirs are holding concerts by Zoom and online to bring some relief and happiness to people all across the globe. And we're all enjoying these virtual concerts. And the always amazing and inspiring Dolly Parton, she is our Tennessean of the Year. And Dolly is reading bedtime stories from her imagination library on YouTube each week. And of course, I'd be remiss if I did not thank some wonderful women who decided to pull out that sewing machine and get busy making face masks for critical workers all across the country. Dottie Godolphin, Marilyn Thomas, Janice Blair. Well, Dottie, Marilyn, and Janice are seamstresses par excellence, and they are creating these masks, and they are sending them where there is a need all across the country. Mr. President, we are known as the volunteer state in Tennessee, and this pandemic is showing us that just as throughout our nation's history, Tennesseans have shown up when they've been called and asked to volunteer. and to give their time, their efforts, their energy, their talents, their resources in order to improve the lives of others. We thank each and every one who is doing this. And those that I have mentioned, we say a special thanks for doing your part to ease the life of others during this pandemic. I yield the floor and note the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.